A letter about Mark Tyack from David. Mark William Tyack, 10th of August 1964, 7th of June 1991. Mark was born in Camberwell, went to school at Dockenall Hill in Camberwell and Archbishop Tennyson's at the Oval, went to the University of London at Goldsmiths College and died at the age of 26 in the house he'd bought in Catford with his lover, David, 3 years previously. Mark loved the fact that he was a Londoner. London was la sua città. Mark's panel, made by his mum and dad, Pat and Pete, is black and white, very Mark. He looked great in his sunglasses and black leather jacket with white t-shirt beneath. Mark loved Kenya, where he spent his last holiday with his sisters, Jane and Barb. The zebras and giraffes fascinated him. He dreamt about them again just before he died. Mark's niece, Beth, wrote the poem. He was really sad he wouldn't see her and her brother, Peter, grow up. Mark was one of the founder members of Positive Theatre. Their shows at Sadler's Wells and elsewhere inspired many, and Mark's performances moved everyone who saw them. He was really proud the day a woman on the tube, who had seen a preview on the BBC, said how much she admired his courage. Mark was courageous. He hated the thought of dying, but faced his death with enormous bravery. He helped everyone around him, Pat and Pete, Jane and Barb, David, Dennis and Emma, to face it with him. The doctors and nurses whom he met on the few occasions he had to go to hospital found him a delight to look after. Mark was beautiful, intelligent and funny as well as brave. He planned his own funeral down to the smallest detail and spent time with Pete in the days before his death, choosing the poems he wanted him to read aloud at the crematorium on the hills at Nunnet, overlooking London. Mark's life and personality cannot be compressed into an inadequate few lines such as these. He was too full of life and warmth to be summed up in this way. He had too great an effect on those who knew him. He taught us to be honest, fair and brave. He made us laugh and cry. He turned us on and made us value life. It's a crime and a scandal that he's dead, but we've learned so much through the way in which his charming, beautiful, clever, witty, strong, honest man lived and died. Mark, you know we love you, and here's what Daniel's dad said. His laughter was better than birds in the morning. His smile turned the edge of the wind. His memory disarms death and charms the surly grave. Early he went to bed. Too early we saw his light put out. Yet we could not grieve more than a little while, for he lives in the world around us, laughs from the sky. C.D. Lewis. The note on the quilt reads as follows. Gone. Creeping round every corner, expecting to see him there. All my good dreams turn to nightmares. He'll always be with us deep in our hearts. We only remember the really good parts. No one can think what I'm thinking now. He'll be with us for always. For Mark William Tyack by Beth, with love, aged 9 years.